Hello, Facebook family. How are we doing today? Um, I had some things on my mind. I want to talk about politics today, and I'm just wondering why a lot of people don't talk about this. I think uh, I think it should be talked about. I seen a guy. I heard this guy's podcast, and he kind of mentioned it, but he didn't say the thing I wanted him to say. And So let's get right into it. I want to talk about Social Security. A lot of people, and people don't realize this. A lot of people, they want to go up on the ages of Social Security. You got to be 67 now. They want to go up to 70. Um, I'm 65, so I just filed for mine. But the average person probably would get, especially if you retire early, they penalize you. You can only make so much money, and if you and they penalize you. And you think about it, you're making 1,800, and and then they give you a cap. I can't remember what the cap is, but it's not much. But the problem is people can't live off. The problem I have is these people um, keep taking from us. They want to regulate our lives. Now, who's to say that I can't? If I retire, I should be able to make as much money as I want. But at the same token, they making billions, and half of them don't even have to work. Look at our Congress people; they ain't doing no work. They ain't working for us, and we pay them. So it's just they call Social Security a scam, but they the real scammers. They the socialists. They uh they feed off us. They always got their hand out. They always want more and more. But let's get into that. I mean, $1,800 a month. You break that down. That's about $450 a week. So you have to keep working because you can't. Most people can't live off that. And it's not being talked about. And I'm talking about the right and the left because this has been going on for a while. I'm talking about our leaders. It just don't make sense to me at all that they don't want us to get ahead, don't want us to do nothing. They just keep feeding off us. Let's talk about Medicaid. They take this out of your check every time you get paid. Social Security is your money. It's not theirs. Why they gonna tell you what to do with it? They gonna control my money. Medicaid. We pay into that every time you work, every time you get a paycheck, you pay into this stuff. Now I just filed for Medicare, okay, and granted, my wife took care of that for me, but maybe I should have did a little more research on it. Or, I don't know, but they ended up charging me. Uh, I had to have $900 up front, and I had a limited time to have it in there. That's crazy. And then if I wanted to cancel it and say, you know what, I don't want bump Medicare, I don't want it. And so now I can't cancel it. Now I owe them $900. I gotta pay it. And if I cancel it and reinstate it later, it's gonna cost me more. So, so people really need to wake up, man. I mean, this enough is enough, and these things like this is not being talked about. I ain't hear nobody talk about how they robbing our Social Security. Look at our retirement. We lost a lot of money in retirement because of this administration. People have lost a lot of money. So I mean, and then what gets me is they call us socialists. We want handouts. You know, and people talk about the homeless, but they never sit down and think that maybe people lost their home in a flood. You think most people in this world don't want to be homeless? But instead of reaching out and helping people, they want to talk about them. It's just, I just think, I wish people, because I got you know, I'm not big at all. I mean, just a very few people that's going to hear this, especially coming from me. But I wish a lot of people, and the right people, to hear this, and you know, and we're gonna make calls to our Congress, and but we need to hop on that. We need to talk about this issue. It need to be talked about. Why do we have to? Why are you going to penalize us? And now this been happening for a while. Like I said, this ain't a right and left. This has been happening since I can remember. And it don't make sense to me. Every time you spend their money, they tax it. You know, you get your 401k, you take it out, they'll tax it. And they make you put that money back. Which I understand that, because it's meant for you to save. You know, granted, I understand, you know, some people prepared themselves a little better in life, and some didn't. You know, and that's not the issue. The issue is that people out here need their help. They need the help, and it's we're not asking for handouts. Frankly, we're asking what we deserve, what's due to us, and they want to get rid of it. So it ain't even guaranteed that I can get Social Security. I might get one check before they cut it off, but I don't want to dwell into that. But yeah, that's where we're at. So, and I don't want this video to be too long. This is something I want to talk about, and I think that I hope that a lot of people that hear this, they talk about it. This is not just for me, but the younger version that's coming up. They want us to die. They don't want us to collect. You know, that's the whole purpose. That's the scheme. That's a scam. And it's right before our eyes, but they've been working this for the longest. But yeah, and I think it's something we need to talk about while we're talking about things. And hopefully that I'm gonna get back to writing again, and hopefully that I can get people to at least comment and like this video. I would highly appreciate it. And till next time, then I'm gonna try to start making more videos. But till next time, I'll see you guys later. Let's stay in the fight. Keep the love going. God love us all. This is not a black and white thing. This is a right and wrong thing. And be on the right side of history. And with that being said, I'll see you next time.